Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Lucid, and I am joined now by Zan and Grippa.
Hi everyone, I'm Grippa and I'm pretty bad.
Hey everybody, I'm Zan and I'm a bastard.
All right. So, Grippa, what happened last time? You were here for that.
Yes, one of us decided to do their homework. We had a nice fight on Satis, where Satis just used gems and someone else didn't. Flager didn't, and so Satis took his cat back. Flager's guy was a turn too slow to get there. We had Ryujin airdropping on the monkey territory, stealing it from Bogarus, who should not be happy about that. Most other players chilled, I think. I don't think there's any other fighting that was really occurring. Lemuria's just trading out caelum. We had caelum attack a couple things and lose the rest of their mages, I think.
Yeah, caelum's basically GG'd now. They've got a tiny bit of their mage core left, but they're mostly out. Look at Flagra moving back on Satis's capital, though. Look at this.
That's still happening?
Still happening.
I haven't been here in 15 turns.
Dude, Satis stomped Flagra no contest last turn. Like complete, or no, 2 turns ago, because last turn he did nothing. Completely crushed him. And then chose to start sitting in his capital again. So Flagra's like, all right, I guess I'll move back on it.
Yeah, Satis sent us a message saying, I'm going to give it a turn to see what Flagra does, and then I'll raid out. And Flagra's response was, I'm going on your cap.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen Satis and Grippa in the same room?
We already made that joke, Zan. Get on the program.
Yeah.
It's my alt account.
Getting more suspicious.
We have to get them connected. They need to do a Hydra game together. And they pick, oh god, wouldn't it be cool if for Disciples games you could gateway between each other's forts, and all they do is they're just gatewaying between each other's capitals so that nobody can lose their cap?
That would be pretty funny.
The most powerful nations ever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see that Lemuria caelum down there. That's unfortunate. Poor caelum.
Yeah. Let's we'll see if there's any progress here. That last turn there weren't 4. Oh, hello.
Oh, that's the final mages that we've seen running around from caelum with these guys.
Well, that's nice. The issue with late age caelum is the only mage that they have that really matters is the cap only ones, and those are hard to replace.
Yeah. I don't know what was standing here, but it got deleted by that banishment.
I mean, that's good bait with the Lumer Centurions consoles. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think this is out of range of banishment anyhow. I actually don't think you want this.
Not against caelum though. Actually, now that I think about it, they have all the death mages.
Yeah,
are they on advanced cast?
No, they haven't been doing advanced cast. We brought that up a couple times.
Oh, okay.
I do find it very entertaining.
Oh no, these are the death ones. They have they had a lot of Iron Crafters earlier. But
I find it very entertaining that Lemuria is doing the exact opposite of what you'd normally expect, which is have your commanders and mage forward deployed so they eat all the evocation stuff while your ghosts stay back. Yeah. Because they can survive all the stupid banishment, but the ghost can't.
Well, it's similar to what I've seen people do in those Warhammer Total War games, is that they have the heroes in front to just bait everything, and then they send the army in to clean up.
Yeah. I think, they've lost a lot of the oh no, there's still 3 consoles. And did the other one go back here? Oh, he's back here. They might not have lost any consoles yet.
Yeah, they're not in range of the casters that could kill them all.
Right.
They just aren't advancing. Oh my gosh, that hasn't changed.
And Rigor Mortis is set in too.
Yeah. No, yeah, I like this Lemuria play. Not bad.
Huh. Can't skip the part where the mages all die. What was it that died? Oh, they killed 2 Grand Lemurs at the beginning.
He did lose a console.
He lost a console. Let's watch his first part with the opening banishment again. Oh, there were 2 of these Shadow Tribunes, so they get 1 of the Grand Lemurs, and look at that.
Just freaking...
that was cool. I think this is the guy putting up Rigor Mortis. Eyesore? Oh, it's Shudder. Where's Eyesore?
That one's probably in the back.
Oh yeah, he was safe.
There he
I was
is.
gonna be like, man, if they killed this one, they might have taken down Rigger and the battle could have gone differently. But it wasn't very close. Okay, now that is the actual last of Caelum's Mage Corps. Nothing left. Nothing in the forts. That's it.
Damn. That's unfortunate. Poor Caleb.
So the actual juice of this turn is that we see conflict, as Grip and I were saying there must be, between Joman and Bogarus now. To give you some context, Sam, because we were looking at it previously, look at this province graph for this guy, and look at the gem income graph for Joman.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So he's kind of pulling away with the game, and then last turn he made like a sizable chunk out of caelum, which is kind of like and it was like the land that Bogarus was going to get. So it's kind of a declaration of war of sorts.
Yeah, he jumps up and like cut off a bunch of provinces with Ryujin.
Okay, so there's just a scout and a few guys here. But here, what happens? Now this you have to be careful. I have like fever dreams of Ryujin killing stuff that's hard to kill like this. Ryujin can thug this easily.
Yep.
So you have to be...
I'm surprised. I thought Bogarus, by this stage of the game, he didn't want to use too many of those Juzina.
Yeah, I don't know if he's made them or they're sticking around. He hasn't really, he hasn't like won his first war, and he hasn't even really lost a huge army yet. I mean, he lost one to Joman earlier.
Wait. Are those in Agarth? Did he sub out?
No, I think Agartha's still in the game. But you're kind of flickering in and out with your connection.
He has labs in his forts.
Well,
he had a sub for a couple turns, I think. So the sub probably put some labs in there. Maybe,
okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah. He spent the temple pool of money that he was saving up to build more temples. He spent them on labs.
Right,
yeah, that scared me for a
spicy.
second.
So these guys have started fighting. He's got the alchemist skill here. But it's like Joman knew that Bogarus would attack him. And maybe they had some negotiation and he was like, no. And so they knew hostilities were incoming. Catches a scout here. Is there anything else we missed here?
Did we ever read the messages from Alvin Falegra?
Didn't we? Oh, no, we didn't.
I don't think we did. Oops.
Yeah, somebody would have gotten on my back in the comments. Maybe there's even one there where somebody typed it immediately. All right. From Ulm, got some diplomatic updates for you today. Despite their standoff and lack of a nap, you can see Abyssia and Joman are not currently fighting, and I don't expect them to in the short term. Abyssia doesn't feel confident in a 1v1. On Joman's part, they're expecting to soon be fighting Lemuria. Huh. Which is fair because Lemuria wants them dead. Yeah, Lemuria's been fear-mongering Joman. They've got Eyes of God, they're sharing graphs. I don't know if Joman is also expecting Abyssia to simultaneously declare war. That seems like a fair assumption. I'm preparing my anti-Joman capabilities on my own. I think we all know that a coalition against them will have to happen at some point. No one seems to know what Agartha is doing. We've had a long nap, but the big stack on my border has me slightly nervous. All the same. Presumably they would attack Joman given the chance. I think Agartha is actually seeing if they can become actually upkeep capped. Like, is it possible I make enough stuff that I actually have 0 gold to spend every turn? The fight last turn on Satis, 2 turns by the time you read this, made me seriously consider going in on Falegra. However, we've had a nap basically since the game's start, and the land I negotiated to give to Abyssia and Lemuria was done so that it reduced my exposure to Falegra, as I wanted to limit potential opponents at the time. So attacking would be tricky. They're also a natural geopolitical opponent to Lemuria, which can only be good. Don't know why they naturally are, just they're a neighbor. But having Lemuria having neighbors is only good if the neighbors are strong. So having a guy who's on one capital that gets stack wiped trying to take the enemy's cap on turn 50 something, and that being a neighbor to Lemuria, that is not good. I expect Satis to be able to counterattack, though, and Phlegra's position looks questionable. I may have to intervene. Or should it look questionable? In other news, I cast some remote site searching spells and got good results, including a Shadow Furnace. I don't even know what that is. I also summoned an Archdevil because they're cool and also gives me a good Fire Mage for more site searching and Firestorm. People probably won't expect that from Ulm. Getting Conjuration 8 in a few turns. I've seen that Phlegra has a Fire King on his cap. Yeah, so apparently a lot of people have noticed that. But I might be able to get the other one. Who knows? I can also get Banefires and, more importantly, Fairy Court. This will mean I have high-level access to every path in the game. Maybe I can then get some Elemental Air as well. It's likely I won't be there in time, though. Also, I should be able to get Father Ill-Earth in the next few turns. After Conjuration 8, I'm getting Blood Aid for life to use against Raiders. Looking at you, Ryujin. And maybe also summoning Heliophagi because they look mental as fuck. After all, my plan for world domination, or after all this, my plan for world domination will be unstoppable. Or the other players will already have everything I want. Okay.
I do want to say one thing here, which is I was slightly giggling at him saying, no one will expect Late Age Ulm to do this. And I'm like, it's a new player game. No one knows anything what anyone can do. They're just going to be like, surprise, like, unit.
Yeah.
What is this?
I sure as hell didn't in my game.
Nope.
This is a spell that's killing every unit I have on the battlefield. What is this bullshit?
That was my exact train of thought when I think Bogarus Winds of Death me in my new castings.
Yeah.
I get Winds of Death, nerd.
All right, trying to find someone to take down Joman's GE. I really want Earthblood, Deep Well, and Forge of the Ancients. What is that?
Ooh, the Madman cast Forge of the Agents. Look at that.
Did it get taken down? Wait, what's the GE?
No, he's saying he wants them. He global enchantments. He's calling globals GEs.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know
okay.
that.
I thought that was an
He wants
abbreviation
to take
for...
down. He wants to take Joman's globals.
Man, that's...
I didn't know that they had cast Forge.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that was like the last turn.
Yeah, it's good if you're planning on slamming artifacts. It's also... There's a couple other cases it's good. Okay.
Zan, you also missed that Joman got attacked by Bogus again.
Misfortune from scale.
I think that... Okay, so let's take a look at this. I think this is the interesting theater of war right now, is this theater. So these guys are at war. Joman has pulled the stack back. They've got some stuff here. There's, murmurings of a Joman coalition. They might not want to overcommit against Bogarus. There's not actually a tremendous, like an overwhelming amount of stuff that is looking like it can commit on Bogarus. So I'll be interested to see. We don't know where all the Ryujin are. We basically don't know what's going to happen here.
That Joma position is wild.
Yeah.
And then it has both Bogarus and Agartha's really tiny neighbors.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they should have just leaned into it. I mean, it would mean they might have to fight Agartha, but I think they can outplay Agartha.
Yeah, does that
they should
matter?
just lean into it and just eat, or try to eat Bogarus. I don't think it would necessarily
That's
be
what I
so
was saying
simple,
last turn.
but yeah,
Like,
I mean-
he's gonna have to commit something.
yeah.
Agartha looks like a free
It
meal.
feels like he sniffed out that the coalition is coming out, and now it feels like he's kind of preparing to defend.
Yeah, but if Agartha's just going to sit there, Zan, I don't think you want to poke him, right? It's a lot easier, because if you poke him, then Bogarus is going to attack you and you're in a 2v1. If you think Agartha's just going to sit there, it's probably better to fight Bogarus quickly. And then if Agartha attacks you after that, then fine,
Yeah, if they're both going to be aggressors. But I don't think there's anything either of those two nations can do against...
I think Bogarus can do things. If it's well scripted and stuff. I mean, there's not an overwhelming amount of stuff of Jomans nearby.
Well,
Yeah.
The issue is I don't think Bogarus can replace their losses. They're 2 defeats away from just being Joman.
Yeah, but I mean, they also have to make plays, right? And their play was going
Yeah.
after Patala, so
Was.
yeah. It's also possible this was negotiated, though I find that a bit unlikely since this is income cut off from the rest of Joman. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next turn, which is turn 61. By 61, I mean turn 62. So we've got a message from Satis. That's a lot of Earth Gems on Phalegra's Pretender. And I've given Raptors... Oh, apparently the Pretender's on top of Satis. I've given Raptors and Protective Force... And given the Raptors and Protective Force, I'm guessing there's going to be Earthquakes in store for me. Sadly, I'm not certain to the extent of what I can do against the Earthquake to nullify it. Only blunt the damage with self-protection buff spells. Hopefully they will attack. I'm ready to spam Earthquakes.
What a combination of messages! I love
Yeah.
it.
Phlegra's to the point, very laconical.
Yes.
Oh my god, he's beautiful.
Oh no, but he'll spend gems on other things.
What a beautiful commander of Satis.
He's not going to cast Earthquake though. Thing is, when you make him flying, it actually the AI is not going to cast flying. I mean, Earthquake into a flying unit.
Big kill 6 Blackhawks. Do that a few more turns.
I think the
Slightly
cooler
less
thing would have
burst.
been gym baiting him. You know?
I think he was trying to.
Yeah.
That's a lot of gear on one dude to be.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. He's doing a spectral mage ghost play.
That's a merc.
Is that a merc?
Yep.
No.
I was about to say, I'm like, if there's
Oh,
one
the
nation-
Whispering Legion. Damn. That's pretty good. That's a high quality mark. Shackled mage. Okay, so no action, sadly. And he didn't gym bait to confirm it was going to be Earthquake either. All right, I don't think there's too much to talk about here. Let's go ahead and go to the next turn.
Sounds good.
Okay, and we've got turn 63 here. Message from Lemuria. The spooky ghosts of Lemuria are once again at peace after so much war. Time to take a breather and pile up a few thousand ghosts to throw away without magic support in a few turns. Currently, Stone Age research. Construction 4, Alteration 4, Enchantment 4. Oh, wait. Well, maybe those are at 6.
Yeah, those are at 6.
Okay, those are at 6. I mean, that's not Stone Age to have 3 6s Lemuria. It's not amazing, but it's not Stone Age. I mean, this means Darkness and Rigor Mortis. It's
He's
kind
got iron tools.
Yeah, that's... It's not late game, but that's, I mean, it's spooky. Next targets are Thumb 5 per Soul Slay. That's, I guess, in case Phalegra attacks him. Construction 6 for general gem spending. Recruiting some indie mages that now that I have a budget. Weather forecast, Throne Rush with a side of Coalition. It will take a lot of willpower to not invade Phalegra or Agartha, considering they look easy prey. But I must be careful to not give Joman any opportunity window. I'm hoping they'll attack someone, in which case I'm pretty confident we can whip up a Coalition counterattack. Willingness to strike first seems low, though. Yeah, Lemuria is playing diplomacy really well.
I'm thoroughly enjoying the comparison of my messages and your dreams, my memes, compared to all the new player messages.
That's funny. What's the similarity or difference?
I think half of my messages were just like, fuck. And
Yeah.
those are all like detailed lists of what they're doing.
Okay, that's funny. Okay. It's kind of cool using Sin Lesser Heart to take out a throne.
This is a lot of horrors. How many times was it cast?
Looks like 3 is my guess.
Oh, that's just
Oh
less
my
horrors.
God.
than I thought it was.
No, that is a lot.
That is a lot. That's 7.
Oh.
He got really bad horror rolls, though. Holy shit.
And that's
Was it me casting it? Jesus Christ.
an easy throne too.
Yeah.
Depending on the sorceress, you can just send like a few fire elementals, and it would have done it.
I guess that's Ulm casting it, huh? I mean, it's interesting because Horror Mark is one of the things you kind of don't want to get on your Immortals. It's not as good as Soul Slaying, but killing an Immortal with like a ton of horrors is, a distant second. Okay. Rating. We read the messages, right? What's happening?
Boss is coming back out.
Okay, so this is the interesting thing is we don't have any further conflict here between these guys. I think this must have been negotiated. Or something. Yeah, I think this was negotiated between them.
It might have been.
If there's peace there, then German should definitely just gobble up Agartha.
That's pretty awkward, man. Well, I guess not. I mean, they kind of...
Well, he has Agartha on almost 3 sides.
Agartha's south of his capital.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know. But it's just...
It's
got like an Ulm Peninsula sticking in him here, little Bogarus Peninsula sticking in him here.
Yeah, if I had to choose...
It's like a snake that wraps around the map north to south.
I would definitely choose to invade Bogarus over Agartha. Because 1, Agartha's done almost nothing all game. So why stir that pot? 2, his border with Ulm is still shit. So, like, if Ulm wanted to fight him, Ulm's going to really struggle to do anything.
Yeah.
And if he takes Agartha, he's going to just open up Ulm even better.
Yeah. And Lemuria, so...
But do either of them have answers yet to Foul Vapors? Has Joman been using Foul Vapors?
I think Joman used it once or twice.
Might have. Okay. Fort going up here on the outer throne. Yeah, let's scan through. I don't think too much is happening.
Is Abyssia
Abyssia's attacking
Phlegra?
Phlegra. That's potentially news. Okay.
Was it an intentional war start? Because, like...
Yeah, I think so. I don't think you casually move your pretender onto them.
Yeah, but
this is Satis's land.
Yeah, like, was Satis originally owning that, and he attacked it thinking Satis would take it? Like, it was Satis's, and he could just...
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if he's geared him up.
Because that's such a weird war start. Because he bordered a bunch of other empty provinces.
He's learned. You can put armor on him.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, now we're talking.
And he's got a demon whip, which is a great weapon.
Extra attack, yeah. The trident.
Oh, you got some area of effect. You got some extra attack, some tridents. Not amazing, but pretty freaking good compared to what we've been seeing.
Yeah, and he can get to 40 protection. With 34. Yeah. Iron Warriors and Earth Power puts him up to 38, and then Legions I think could do the rest.
Yeah.
But that's such a... Like, if that's the start of a war, that's so strange.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. There's also, like, a thing where I think, in general, you need to keep troops on borders even that are peaceful. Like, if you don't think you're going to attack Drummond, you still want to keep some troops. But a lot of times you can keep fewer troops and mostly mages, and then, like, use PD or other things. Because, like, let's say Abyssia wants to fight Phlegra. They need to be able to commit a lot of forces. But to do that, they'll leave the other flanks weaker. It makes sense to have the mages that are researching on your defensive flanks with a few troops, hardly any, and then commit most of the troops with some mages on the offensive front. And then if shit goes sideways, you have to do PD dumps and, start moving troops back. But use the mages that you have defending as your main defense force. So I think kind of to what you were saying, Grippa, it's like how are you going to have a decisive victory over here with this stuff?
Yeah, he's got almost nothing there except on the throne. And your opening salve of a war is a single province that you take with your god.
Yeah. Who should probably be magic phase initiating rather than
not to mention Phlegra's god is 2 provinces from that.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, I don't know how this would go, but a Phlegran Tyrant has or a Laestrygonian Tyrant has a pretty good chance to just kill that stack if properly scripted.
Yeah.
It's not exactly like an easy casual place to start raiding with your god. Oh,
While there's a giant Olmish army on your throne. Or your castle.
oh, this was negotiated.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah. I think Abyssi was making noises like they were thinking about kind of reneging on their agreement with Ulm and, probably not giving him this fort. And that may still happen. There's a bunch of stuff here. We may see him try to kick Ulm off. Because this deal where he agreed to give Ulm back this fort, which he had taken from him, was all part of Joman backstabbing Abyssia. So.
Yikes. And those are the last two Blood Nations, right? Oh, no, Bogarus.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Yeah,
let's make sure we know who cast this Centaur. So this was Bogarus, okay.
Yeah.
But it could have been Abyssia, too. I remember thinking it was Bogarus, but Abyssia is definitely a lesser horror nation, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Turn 63. We're at 25 minutes. I think we call it there for this turn, or for this episode. Zan, what are your thoughts on the game state right now?
I feel like a lot of the players have lost purpose in what they're doing. Lemuria, I think, is definitely... I mean, now that he wound up his war, maybe it's just a coincidence. Seems like he's doing good. Joman, I think, could be flexing his power a little bit more, but at this point, I can definitely see where he just wants to play it safe. Like, he knows he's in the lead. Mm-hmm. He knows he's got this.
Yeah.
So just kind of cement that lead and take it slow.
Yeah.
Everyone else, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I think, there's a whole group of players who have to make plays. Phlegra, Bogarus, Agartha, Ulm. Like, there's too many small players right now. So they either need to, like, actually kill a big player, like put him down and gobble him up, or mostly do that, or go kill another small player. Because right now, it's like an unstable game state. You basically have Joman position 1, and then Lemuria, which Lemuria even being the same size as other nations, like he's actually probably pretty far ahead of these guys. I don't know. Really, it's a tale of two worlds. It's kind of Joman and then everybody else, but with Lemuria a little bit in between. It's not a comfortable spot to be in.
My man's downplaying Satis and his comeback arc. That's definitely incoming.
There's like a stock trading cap. It's like every time this Satis stock gets to this line, it's like sell. Let's see if he can break it. But like these guys are basically the same size they were at expansion. Like you can have periods of where you're stable, but you can't be basically the same size or like 20% bigger after 30 turns.
Agreed.
All right. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you, Zan and Grippa, for co-casting this with me.
Absolutely.
All right. See y'all next time.
Bye, babes.